So, are you just passed out? Have you finished your graduation just now, or you have done your graduation quite long back, recently? Huh? Quite long, because they are different. Okay, anyway, but are you a fresher? You know the meaning of fresher? Just going to start now. And there are people who are prepared earlier also. Okay, so both category of people. Whether you have, if you have started a bit early, that's fine, well, and that's good. But think that you are a fresher. That will be very good for you, you'll understand it. Think that you are a fresher from the civil service examination point of view. There are some students during their school days or college days, they started their preparation. That's good, okay, and that will help you also. But I have seen many of the students who have done their preparation a bit earlier because of lack of clarity in their preparation. They have not got right guidance. It creates a bit difficulty for them to move on. So my advice is for a fresher who are planning to write next year prelims, that is 1 year after now, that is in June 2018. This 1 year is sufficient for you to finish your syllabus, prepare thoroughly, you have time to revise. But if something is there in your mind, we'll clear it off. But what I want is, it's always good that you start afresh. Reason is very simple. Partial knowledge is dangerous. You know what is the meaning of partial knowledge? It's always good for a student, either two side. Either you should know that thoroughly, or it's better you don't know it. If you have partial knowledge, always you have this problem, okay, whether is it correct or not. So many of the time when I have discussed with the students, when I discuss concept with the students, especially this problem happens with background students. I take economy for you. I had seen that those who have done MA in economy or who have done even JRF also, there are a lot of doubts regarding their concepts. It's not their problem, it's because of their academic preparation. And academic preparation and civil service preparation is entirely different. Academic preparation and civil service preparation is entirely different. Anyway, I'm not going to that part. So there are some students who have always say concern to me, sir, I'm just a beginner. Okay, I'm just a beginner. I don't know anything about civil service examination. So is it fine? I said, okay, there is nothing problem in it. You will start from zero, and in a year, you will ensure that you have a target, you have a goal. You have to achieve it, that's it. Don't ask this question, whether I will clear this exam or not. That is not your question. Your question is, whether I can achieve a certain mark. Whether I can achieve a certain mark, which UPSC have clearly said, if you achieve this mark, you will qualify. Get to the point. Don't think otherwise. Question is not about I am qualifying or not. Definitely you will qualify, provided you know the target to qualify this exam. So clearly UPSC have said that you want to qualify prelims, this is the mark. You want to qualify mains, this is the mark. Your name should be there in the rank list, this is the mark. Have an idea. So once you know that idea, how much marks is required to qualify this exam, then the question arises, how to achieve this target. You get to the point? See, if you know, if I am saying that if you qualify, if you get this much marks for your prelims examination, you qualify prelims, then your question to me is, sir, how can I achieve this mark to qualify? Then I will tell you. Okay, so this is actually, today's session is basically oriented toward this session. Okay, this session is basically, will tell you how to qualify prelims, how to qualify mains, and how your name will be there in the rank list. Just few days back result have come. What they have done, okay, and what you have to do in the coming days. Okay, now you have your syllabus in your hand. Okay, you need to understand. I'll discuss that. Okay, the requirement for any aspirant. Now you all are civil service aspirant. You all are civil service. You are an aspirant who are aspiring to become a civil servant. So if you are a civil service aspirant, okay, the most important thing for a civil service aspirant is that to qualify this examination is that you need to know this examination properly. You need to know this exam. That's very, very, very important. What is the, if somebody asks you, see, this is many times, many of the aspirants who have started their preparation, that's why I asked you whether you have started a bit early. I have seen majority of the students who have come to me, they have started their preparation, they have studied for 1 year and 2 years without knowing what this examination is all about. They don't know what this examination is all about. So don't do that mistake. And any aspirant in the beginning itself, in the first day of his preparation itself, if he know what this examination is all about, what this UPSC, which conducts this examination, Union Public Service Commission, which conducts this examination, we call this examination as civil service examination. If you know this examination before you start your preparation, there is a high probability you can qualify this exam. That's very, very high. And try to understand that many of the aspirants who have started their preparation, they get to know this, about this examination only after their first prelims or once they write their mains. So there are a lot of issues have happened mainly to the students, okay, regarding knowing this examination. Okay, now the question is, how you will know, how can you, see, I told you, you need to know this examination thoroughly before you start your preparation. Very simple. Okay, if you want to know about any examination, especially in relation to civil service examination, few things are there. First and most important thing, that try to understand that this exam, this civil service examination have a syllabus. This examination have a syllabus, okay, is there, it's not our syllabus, it is UPSC have given. I have seen many of the students have started their preparation, many means it's high in proportion. Many of the students who have started their preparation without knowing their syllabus, So syllabus is very, very, very vital. Then only you will able to know this examination. That's very important factor, syllabus. Second thing, syllabus is not, see, by looking into the syllabus, especially for a beginner, you will not understand. You are seeing so many terms only. That's not sufficient. To have more idea about this examination, what is required is, you need to see the previous year questions. It's very, very important. This is very, very important. What is that? Previous year questions. Which previous year questions? UPSC. Only this previous year question. Civil service examination, previous year question. Your prelims, previous year question, and your mains, previous year question. That's very, very important. You need to know it. You have your syllabus in your hand, you have your previous questions in your hand, and then connect it, whether questions are coming from the syllabus or not. Whether there are any favorite areas for UPSC. There are, from your syllabus, whether there are some certain favorite areas for UPSC. Favorite area means, what do you mean by favorite area? Where from that area questions will come repeatedly, almost. See, I'll just give you some few favorite areas of UPSC from your prelims point of view. From ancient history, okay, you will have an idea once you start Buddhism and Jainism. Every year, UPSC will ask a question from Buddhism and Jainism. Now, if you go to Indian economy, there is a topic called money and banking. Every year, UPSC will ask, in the last 6 years, every year UPSC will ask minimum 3 questions from it, from money and banking. Then if you go to polity, there is a topic called parliament. Every year, UPSC will ask a question from parliament. Likewise, every subject have certain favorite area. So, knowing favorite area is not sufficient. You need to know the pattern of the question. If you want to know the pattern of the question, you have to see the question paper. Okay, so I just have an idea. So if you want to know this, examination, these two things are very, very, very vital. That is the syllabus and previous year questions. Okay. Now regarding this examination, okay, so you know that, okay, without knowing the syllabus, without seeing, see, if you are going to study any subject, any topic, first see the previous year question and then start that. So don't read anything without knowing its relevance. That's very, very important. Don't read anything without knowing its relevance. What do you mean by relevant? See, try to understand that, okay, as a civil service aspirant, the major challenge for you is time management. You don't have sufficient time. You'll say that, sir, 1 year is there. I said that 1 year have to be utilized efficiently. Hey, you're correct, 1 year is there. But that 1 year have to be utilized in an effective and efficient manner. You should not waste your time on not irrelevant topics. You should focus on those areas which are very, very relevant for you. Okay, so now onwards, as a civil service aspirant, if you know that this topic is relevant for you, then, so how will you know that this topic is relevant for you? Take your previous, see that whether questions have been asked, from that topic, If you see that questions have not been asked, you can do it. Okay, there are some topics which is mentioned in the syllabus, but questions are, there are something you have to do it, but generally, we have to prioritize. See, what you need to do means what you have to do in the beginning, or what you have to cover first. First cover the most relevant topics from every subject, and then later on you can do other topics which is there in the syllabus. I'll just give an example. Okay, in your prelim syllabus, if you see your preliminary syllabus, it's take your prelim syllabus. Okay, there are two paper 1 and paper 2. For first page of your syllabus, it's given, your prelim syllabus has been given, first page of your syllabus. Paper 1, have you seen paper 1? Have you seen paper 2? Okay, just see the last topic of your paper 1, general science. Have seen many of the students attending classes and wasting time on general science. I am not saying which institute, I am just telling you there are institutes where the physics teacher will come, chemistry teacher will come, biology teacher will come, and they take classes. Students attend it, and then they also will think that, okay, nice classes here, okay, good teacher. But my question is it relevant this from your examination point of view? The answer lies is, take the last page, fourth page. Fourth page, have you seen a table? Have you seen a table? What is that table? Previous year questions analysis of preliminary examination. I have, see, 6 years questions have been segregated subject wise. UPSC questions have been segregated subject wise. Now, from the prelims point of view, see, one thing is that in the first page what have been given is the syllabus what UPSC have been given. That is the syllabus of UPSC. This is, I have made a syllabus from the UPSC questions of last 6 years, telling you these are the very vital subjects. Syllabus have not said that which subject is very important for your prelims, but this box will tell you which subject is important for your prelims. Yes or no? See the box and tell me whether can you say that which subject is important for your prelims. Can you say it? See the 2016. Are you able to understand it? What is that? Have you seen 2016? Have you seen 2015, 14, 13, 12, 11? What are that? They are years. Years. Now why I have not given 2010? Why I have not given 2010? syllabus have changed in the year 2011. The latest pattern, the pattern for which you are going to write this exam was changed in 2011. So why should we see the pattern of 2010? We will see the question, but the pattern is very important. So 2011 only prelims syllabus have changed. They have introduced a paper what called as General Studies 2 or CSAT. So before 2011 there was no CSAT paper. Okay, so if you see the 6 years preliminary syllabus, preliminary questions topic wise, you will get to know that general science is not that important compared to subjects like economy, history, polity, geography, environment, science and technology. Yes or no? See, there is nothing wrong in studying general science, but don't waste so much of time for it, because the number of questions asked from general science is comparatively less. If you, after covering the most important subjects, if you have time, there is nothing wrong in it. But don't start with a less relevant, I can't say irrelevant, less relevant or less important subject. Start with the most important subject. Okay, now we'll see it. Okay, I'll tell you, just making you understand that, okay, time management is very important. Time management is very important. Okay, now regarding this preliminary examination, try to understand, just have an idea. Okay, this exam, the civil service exam is in phases. It has different phases. Now in the present scenario, every June there will be preliminary examination. So this June there is a prelims for you. Next year June there is a prelims. Okay, so the first stage of this exam is preliminary examination. We'll do it one by one. Okay, so there is a stage called prelims or preliminary examination. Now if you qualify prelims, I'll tell you how to qualify and how much marks is required to qualify prelims. If you qualify prelims, the second stage you have mains examination. So normally prelims is in June, mains this year is in October, so I hope that next year also this will be the June will be your prelims, mains examination will be in October. And then during the March, April, May period or April, May period, you will have what is called as personality test. Another name for personality test is interview. See, so I consider this as civil service examination in 3 phases: prelims, mains and interview or personality test. Now how you will qualify, or try to understand that preliminary examination everyone can write. Prelims everyone can write. Eligibility is a simple eligibility, that you have to be a graduate. It can be even if you do correspondent course also, no problem in it. UPSC only say one condition, that you have to be a graduate. There is no minimum marks also, it's not, you have to be a graduate. Even if you qualify with just pass marks, you can, that's sufficient. So eligibility to write prelims is just you need to be a graduate. They are not looking into your percentage marks. Second thing is your age. You have to complete 21 years of age. That's it. And these 2 criteria can be easily qualified by anyone. And that's the reason why majority of the students just go and simply write the prelims examination. That's why the number of students for prelims examination is very high. It's not that everybody prepare and go and write it. No. Anybody can write. And for there is no fee. Your fee is very nominal. For woman or girl, and for you, woman category, it is exempted, fee exempted. For them, it is just 200. So that's not important for you. So it's very, the procedure to apply and to write eligibility is very simple for preliminary examination. But if you want to write mains, you have to qualify prelims. You have to qualify. See, without qualifying prelims, you can't write mains. Without qualifying prelims, you can't qualify mains. Without qualifying mains, you can't reach personality test or interview. And the combined marks of mains and interview or personality test, combined marks of mains and personality test decide your final rank list. So be very clear with it, okay? So I will say that, okay, prelims is just an elimination round. Yes or no? Why? Eliminating stage. Why prelims is an eliminating stage? Because the marks of prelims is not counted for your final rank list. Marks of prelims is not counted for your rank list. Only the marks of mains plus interview or personality test is counted for your. So that only will decide your rank. That only will decide your service. Not so, but prelims is important. Why? You have to qualify prelims. Then only you can write the mains examination. Okay. Now, regarding the prelims examination. Okay. So, when you prepare, I told you, don't ask this question, whether can I qualify prelims. You rather ask this question, how much mark is required to qualify prelims? Yes or no? That's the better way, na? If you know the marks to qualify prelims, prepare for it. To get that mark or beyond that, then nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you from writing mains. Okay, so try to understand regarding this preliminary examination. Regarding the preliminary examination, it has two papers, GS1 and GS2. The syllabus is there in front of you, yes or no? Regarding the prelims, GS1, GS2 syllabus is there in the first page. GS1 syllabus is and GS2 syllabus is there. Yes or no? Check the first page. The prelims syllabus has been given to you, GS1 and GS2. Okay. Now what GS1 says? Paper 1, it says that 200 marks, duration, so it's telling the duration. Duration is 2 hours, marks is 200 marks. And what are the subjects? What UPSC says? It is saying that current events of national and international importance. It talks about current events. Current event means current affairs of both national and international importance. Then it's talk about history of India and Indian national movement. So it's talking about only about Indian history. Then third, Indian and world geography. Indian geography and world geography. And it is giving a bit detail about it. Physical, social, economic, geography of India and the world. So geography is important. Then it talks about Indian polity and governance. And it's saying that, okay, constitution, you need to know about constitution, political system, Panchayati Raj, public policy, rights issues, etc. So regarding, we can simplify it as Indian polity. Then economic and social development, in that they are talking about sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographics, that is population related thing, social sector initiatives. So I will put this generally under economy and social development. So majority of the questions coming from this section are from Indian economy. Then general issues on environmental ecology, environment, biodiversity and climate change. And they are saying, use the word, okay, that do not require subject specialization. So you need to have an idea, basic idea about what is biodiversity and climate change. The last top subject they are saying is general science. Okay, I'll tell you, okay, regarding this syllabus of GS1 of prelims, this is not giving you a proper clarity. You're getting the point? This is just a vague syllabus. It's just saying that general science is there or economic and social development is there. That you will not get a proper clarity by seeing the prelim syllabus. So that's the reason why I will say your prelims syllabus for GS1 is not this. It is your last page of that box. Write that as your prelim syllabus. Why? Rather if you see it, okay, see the marks for GS1. What is the marks for GS1? 200 marks. Duration is 2 hours. So this 200 marks is like this. There are 100 questions in GS1. 100 questions, and each question carry 2 marks. So this is how 200 marks. So how many questions are there in GS1? 100 questions. Each questions carry 2 marks. So total 200 marks. So now you need to know that how this 100 questions are coming from which subject these 100 questions are coming from in the last 6 year. In June 18th, one more year question paper will be available for you. This year prelims, 2017 prelims. Then I will update you the number of questions asked from these subjects. So you will have a trend. So this 7 years trend will help you to prepare thoroughly for your 2018 prelims. Now if you see the subject wise, okay, now see this will give you an idea about which subject is more important for your prelims point of view. Which subject is more important for your prelims point of view. Take economy. Okay, if you take economy, see 2016, the year 2016. Okay, how many questions have been asked from economy? 34. Out of 100 questions. So 1/3 of the questions have come from economy. Now see the year 2015, 24. In 14, 22, 19, 26. So you tell me on an average, how many questions? You just make a judgment. In 2017 prelims, just coming prelims, which will be there on June 18th. Tell me approximately, minimum how many questions will come? 20, minimum 20, minimum 20. Now there is only 1 year there were less number of questions. Which year is that? 2014. There is a reason for it. There is a reason why that year there were less number of economic questions. That year was the end year, the last year of UPA government. So I am sure that you are not reading newspaper during that time, you are not reading newspaper at the present moment. So I am not asking you whether you have read newspaper in 2014. During that period, in the 2013-14 period, you might have heard that the government could not able to stimulate economy. The economic initiatives taken by the government was very less. There are a lot of problems associated with policy paralysis, or you hear about corruption in the last years of UPA government. So the government could not able to make any major decision in relation to Indian economy. See the present government, they are coming with, every day they are coming with new initiatives, new programs. And that's the reason why once this government came into power, see the number of questions jumped to 24, then to 34. And if you see the 2015-16 pattern, there are a lot of current economy related questions. Okay, just have an idea about this subject. Have an idea about this subject. So economy from your prelims point of view is very, very important. Without economy, do you think that without studying economy, will you clear prelims? No. Now see the second subject, that is Indian history and culture. Indian history and culture. See, it is a consistent paper. Then in relation to number of questions, 17, 16, 17, 17, 21, 16, 21, 30. So on an average you can say that minimum 15 questions, take it middle path, minimum or more than that, minimum 15 questions will come from Indian history. Be very clear with that, okay? So Indian history as a subject is very important for you. Come to the next subject, that is Indian polity. In 2016, the number of questions from polity were less. But other year, 14, 12, 17, 21, 10, there were questions. So again, we can say that, okay, on an average, except this 2016 year, minimum you can expect 10 questions from, minimum you can expect 10 questions from. You have to see I am expecting in 2017, more number of questions coming from Indian polity. Reason is very simple. Students will think that, okay, 2016, less number of polity question, so we will study other subject, then UPSC will ask more number. But see the other than 2016, if you see the other trend, there were questions from Indian polity. So you have to study Indian polity. Then from geography point of view, if you see the geography and environmental component, okay, there are some questions of geography we have put under environment, some topic of environment we have put under geography. Actually, see, this categorization is for our student to study as per our syllabus, as per our own material, the classes. See, this pattern we have made it for our students to make their preparation easy. Okay, when we say that, see, we have put climate change not under environment, we have put climate change under geography. Why? The geography teacher will teach you climatology, and in the end of climatology he will teach you climate change. So we thought that it's better to put climate change under geography. So it's our, see, some people will say that this is wrong, it's upon to them, we are not bothered about it. Anyway, questions have come from this area. So there is a relation between geography, you need to be very thorough with geography to understand environment in a much better manner. You will understand it when the geography teacher and environment teacher take classes on it. So I will say that, okay, then see the sixth topic, science and technology topic. It's a very important information which I want to convey to you, that science and technology as a subject is not there in your prelim syllabus. Check the UPSC syllabus, check the first page. Is it there? It's not there. But see the questions. See the questions from science and technology. In 2016, there were around 11 questions. 15, 7, 6, 2, 4, 13. There are consistently, they are asking questions from science and technology, but it's not there in the official prelim syllabus. But UPSC is asking questions. Why? Why? Answer is simple. Science and technology is there in your mains. Science and technology is there in your mains. Actually, I will say that your syllabus, don't look into the prelim syllabus, rather look into your main syllabus and prepare for your prelims. So you can finish mains and also prelims also. We'll come to it, okay. I'll just show you the science and technology syllabus. Take page number 3. Take page number 3. You can mark it. Take page number 3. Have you seen paper 4, general studies 3? Take the 11th topic, 11, 12 and 13. What is 11? Science and technology. So science and technology is there in your main syllabus. Developments and their applications, then achievements of Indians in science and technology. Third topic, see it, awareness in the field of IT, space, computers, robotics, nanotechnology, biotechnology and issues related to intellectual property rights. In 2017, there were 2 questions from space. Don't complain UPSC that, see, space is not there in your prelim syllabus, you asked this question. Space question they asked in 2015 also. So they are asking regularly. So what you need to have done, you should have seen the main syllabus and prepared. If you are prepared means science and technology, this area will become easy for you. Science and technology is important for your, not only from your mains point of view, but also from your prelims. That's why I'm telling that rather than looking into this syllabus, this box will give you a much more clarity about what you need to study for your prelims. So science and technology, you have to cover it as part of your prelims preparation. We'll do it for your mains, but if you know the relation between prelims and mains, it will become easy and your preparation will become effective. Then see general science, okay. Do you know the depth of general science? You have studied 10th standard, na? General science, what is general science? Physics, chemistry, biology. And after studying all these, how many of you are from humanities background? Okay, then, okay, rest are science. Oh, big number. But again, you tell me, how, if you want to cover this 10th standard physics, chemistry and biology, how much time it will require for you? I am not asking humanities student, I am asking science student. Till 10th you have studied this enough, physics, chemistry. And now you tell me, just to study your NCERT, NCERT is sufficient. How much time it will require? Yo, sir, I have 10th standard, sir, long back. So that's the reason, if you see the number of questions, especially in the last few years, even after studying this in depth. So again, in general science, there are few areas where UPSC asks questions. So instead of studying the entire general science, we can do selective preparation where these questions have come from instead of studying thoroughly fully general science. So that is a smart preparation from your, so for example, okay, if you want to see, there is a topic in science and technology, biotechnology, yes or no? Biotechnology is there in your syllabus, you have seen it. So to understand biotechnology, you need to know the basics of biology, like what is a cell, what is a DNA, like that. Okay, which will be covered in your classes. Okay, so that type of knowledge is required. Then they ask questions from general science, like human diseases related questions are coming regularly. So there are common areas from where UPSC asks questions from general science. We need to prepare only those part, that's it. Then come the next topic, international relations. Okay, international relation is there in your prelim syllabus. Yes, it has said in the first, current events of national and international importance, so it's mentioned. Now if you see the international relations part, okay, there are some years they have not asked any questions, like 2012 and 13. But if you see the latest trend, 14, 15 and 16, there are questions. In 14 there were 3 questions, in 15 and 16 there are consistently 6 questions are there. You have to wait and see how many questions will come from. I'm expecting questions from in 2017 also. Then the last topic that is Indian society and social justice topic. It is again not there in your syllabus, but it is there in your main syllabus, but the number of questions are less. Say questions related with, okay, they ask question related with tribes, the tribes of India. They will give you a particular tribe and ask you which state they belongs to. So which you will study under Indian society, that the problems of tribals and related, which is there in your Indian society. And there are some questions related with social justice. It's not that important from your prelims point of view. Indian society and social justice, why I put here, it's very simple. That Indian society and social justice is very important for your mains, but when you study mains, try to understand that there are few questions being asked from your respective society and social justice topic. Now 100 questions, so you now have an idea about how this 100 questions is spread for your prelims, from which subject these questions are coming from. Now once you are aware of it, now ask the question, how much mark is required to qualify this exam? See, now you have an awareness about the syllabus, you know the number of questions, you know it is out of 200, GS1 is out of 200. Now I already told you, if you want to write mains, you have to qualify prelims. So that will give you confidence. Now if you know the marks, then instead of wondering about will I qualify prelims, what you can do, try to prepare to get that marks or beyond that, so that nobody can stop you, yes or no? Now try to understand that which year UPSC have changed the syllabus, prelim syllabus, 2011. There is a path, be very clear with it. In 2011, 12, 13 and 14, these years of preliminary examination is different from 15 and 16. In 11, 12, 13 and 14, both the marks were important, both the paper marks were important, both the paper of prelims are GS1 and GS2 marks were important, because it was the combined mark decide whether you will qualify prelims or not. You getting the point? In 2011, 12, 13 and 14, both CSAT paper marks and GS1 marks were important. The combined mark. So what will be the combined mark? Here also it is 200 marks. So combined mark during this time was out of 400 was your cutoff. But in 2015, because of the pressure from the North Indian students, especially students from Hindi medium, where they feel that okay, this CSAT paper is not helping them, or art students, because it is favoring science students, especially there were a lot of maths related questions were there in your CSAT paper. Due to their pressure, the government have changed, then UPSC have made changes to the preliminary examination. What they have done is, still that paper is there, the CSAT paper is there, but what they have done is, what they have done is, I'm just giving a brief idea about CSAT paper. There are 80 questions. There are 80 questions in CSAT paper. Each questions carry 2.5 marks. So total is 200. Regarding this, try to understand that in 2015, UPSC have said that, okay, now onwards, this paper, that is CSAT paper is a qualifying one. CSAT paper is qualifying. So it means that the marks of CSAT will not be considered it will not be considered to judge that whether you will qualify prelims or not. Only the marks of GS1 will be considered. So CSAT paper marks is not, but a condition is there. It is a qualifying paper. It has set a minimum marks. It has set a minimum marks. Minimum marks is 33%. What is the 33% of 200? 66. So this paper from 2015 and 16 is different. Why? From 15 onwards, in 2017 also, in 2018 also, this is the pattern. So which pattern you have to follow? Your pattern. Your pattern is CSAT paper GS2 is qualifying. The marks of GS1 will be counted to decide whether you will clear prelims or not. Okay, and that is mentioned in the box. If you see your syllabus, if you have seen your syllabus, check your syllabus. There is I have kept a box in it. In the first page, have you seen a box? Read the note 3 of your books. It is clearly mentioned. It was officially notified that one of the two papers in the prelims, UPSC is telling the word screen. It's a screening test. It screens you. It eliminates you. Only some people will be selected. The civil service aptitude test will only be a qualifying paper from 2015 onwards. This means the marks scored in CSAT or the general studies paper 2, as it is officially called, would not be counted provided the candidate scored a minimum of. So you have to score minimum 33% is not a big issue. If you see the syllabus of CSAT or GS2, see the syllabus. It says that comprehension, interpersonal skills including communication skills, logical reasoning and analytical ability, decision making and problem solving, general mental ability, basic numeracy, data interpretation, English language comprehension skills. I'm telling you, it's if you spend a bit of time on this, you can easily get, especially for those students who are weak. If you are not weak in this area, getting 33 marks is quite easy. Anyway, we'll cover it. Don't worry regarding it. So the concern is not about now on GS2, because GS2 marks will not be counted. It's only a qualifying paper. See, this is, I had seen students still coming and ask me, sir, how, like, I'm very afraid of CSAT. Then I'll ask this a question: are you aware of that CSAT have become a qualifying paper? No, sir. Recently, just a month back, a student have come and asked me this. So that is the problem is that now the correct knowledge is not being conveyed, the updation is not being conveyed to the students. So be very thorough with it, okay? This is very, very important for you. So if you want to qualify prelims, which paper is important now? GS1. It is GS1. Now, UPSC is very transparent. Means UPSC officially will tell the cutoff marks. UPSC will say that this year, this was the cutoff mark for the general category, for the OBC, for different reserved category, they will tell you the cutoff mark. So I'm not bothered about the cutoff mark of any category, I'm bothered about the general category. Now onwards, think that all of you are general, even if you have reservation, well enough, good, no problem. But when you aim for your cutoff, think from the general category cutoff. Don't, if you have reservation, yeah, it's well enough, good to get you will get better rank. Especially when you go for service, even if your rank is low, you will get better service, you will get better service. So don't think in that point of view, from a prelims point of view, don't say that, okay, I am having reservation, so that, no, don't think in that way. Try to know the cutoff mark of general category and prepare to get marks more than that. So now, if you see that UPSC have officially said that, okay, in 2015, 2015 was the year in which the mark will be out of 200. Yes or no? The cutoff mark will be out of 200. It was 107.34 for the general category. See the cutoff mark. In 2015, the cutoff, that means if you score 107.34 and above, you are eligible, or you can write means. Just a few days back, I think 2 days back, UPSC have released the cutoff mark for 2016 prelims also. The cutoff is 116. The cutoff a bit increased for general category. Now, still it is less than 60%. Now you tell me, what is your aim? What should be your score for your prelims? You should set a target. Set a target of 140. You get the point? 140 can be attained. Now, if you see our students' experience, there are students who have qualified, who have written mains with 118, 130, 140, 155, 160, 170 also. There are people who score very high also. But doesn't make any sense. Only thing is that whether you have qualified prelims or not. But set a target. Okay, I will always set a. I told this year students who are going to write. Okay, I am expecting a cutoff of 120, between 120 to 125. So try to score more than 125. See, for you also the cutoff will be in that range only. But what I want is a safe zone for you. A safe zone so that after prelims, you should not have even a small percentage of doubt whether you will qualify prelims or not. You need to be 100% confident that, sir, I will qualify prelims. Why? Sir, my score is above 130 or above 140. So I am setting, even though cutoff for UPSC is this much, you can achieve 140 plus in your prelims. My question is, if you touch one, see, I will tell you how to score 140. Be patient. Okay, my question is, if you score 140, do you have any doubt that you will not qualify prelims? After scoring 140? Obviously, yeah, you will qualify prelims. Even if you score 130 also, you will qualify prelims. Now the question is, sir, how can we achieve 130 or 140 or beyond that? There lies smart preparation. Okay, I always use this word. You need to see, I have seen students studying day and night, continuously 16 hours. There are students who are studying that much. But their preparation is not smart enough. They are not doing the correct strategy. They are not got right guidance. See, smart work is very important for your civil service preparation if you want to qualify this examination. As part of the smart work, I have already said you one important thing, okay? Know this exam thoroughly before you start your preparation. See the syllabus, see the pattern of the question, see the importance of every subject, study, know the relevance of each subject before you start your reading something or attending classes. You need to know it very thoroughly. That will give you confidence in your preparation. Okay, you need to know everything. See, you need to ask question yourself, or you need to ask the teacher, sir, why should I study this subject? Okay, now to achieve this score of 140 or beyond that, since you have 1 year of time, I'll tell you the strategy what we adopt for our students, for sincere students who are ready to give your time, at least for this year, to us. Okay, before what we will provide you, you have to commit to ourselves or to yourself that I am going to give the time for this preparation for the coming prelims and for the coming mains. So when is your coming prelims? June 2018. When is your coming mains? October. So till October 2018, don't indulge in anything else, because the only challenge you will face is time management. You have to properly manage the time. You have to study from your mains point of view, you have to study from your prelims point of view. Time management is very, very important. Okay, and now I will tell you how our classes are scheduled. See, regarding our classes, first every teacher will give you a brief idea about the subject. So now you are from your prelims point of view. I am not going to mains. We will teach you all the subjects which is mentioned in the last page. Now, after every class, we will provide you a study material, printed study material. And after the class, you have to go and read that study material. And I will tell you the specialty of our study material. It is comprehensive, it is module wise, and the most important thing which no institute in India is providing is, the last page of that module which we provide you will be having previous year questions of that topic, both from your prelims and mains point of view. You get the point? After every class, you will get a study material, and in that study material, everything will be covered. And the last page, if you see, so from that study material, you will get to know that the relevance of that class or the relevance of that subject. See the number of questions. Now, when we give you previous year questions from prelims point of view, from 1995 to 2016, for you, in your case, one more year will be added, because once your class gets started, 2017 questions will also be added to it. So for you, all these questions we have properly segregated into modules, and so this is very important. I told you now, when you attend a classes, when you read a material, you need to know how UPSC have asked a particular question from that respective topic, whether you are able to answer that question. And I have seen, okay, a student, you are coming to the classes, you don't know that subject, but after leaving the class, you are happy. Reason is, you have learned a new subject, you have learned few concepts or more concepts, and more than that, after leaving the session, you have solved all the previous year questions. And while solving previous year questions, you have seen a very interesting fact that few questions are repeated, few areas are repeated. So you will get to know the importance of that particular area. So in this way, if you study, what is the benefit for you is that you need not to refer. See, I had seen students asking me this question, sir, do you provide library? Many of the students have asked this question. Then I will ask a counter question, why you want a library? Sir, everybody have told that library is required. As a civil service aspirant, you have to study anything under the sky. Sir, no. Do you got this good guidance? It's a wrong guidance. See, if you hear this word, anything under the sky, no, I am not going to prepare. I am going to look into some other thing. See, that's why I am telling you, any person who is telling this word, anything under the sky, is a person who don't know civil service examination. Or a person who is not updated about the civil service examination. So here I clearly mentioned you, UPSC have a syllabus. UPSC have a question paper pattern. UPSC questions is very clear. And it is, the cutoff is not 198 or 190 out of 200. It is just 60% also. Why you want to know everything under the sky? And so this is one of the many number of students have been misguided by this statement, that civil service examination is anything under the sky. It's wrong. I am saying it's absolutely nonsense. That's the reason why the proof is there in front of you. And you can see with our study material, see the question paper pattern, every class which you will get. You can see, you get shocked also the way the questions is being asked, the way you can answer this question. Okay, so leave aside all these things. Okay, so it's very important how we will study. For example, I am your economy teacher. How will I teach economy? Now, you will get more insights about economy. In economy, from your prelims point of view, there are only 13 topics. In this 13 topics, all the questions of 6 years can be covered. Topics like external sector, money and banking, public finance, inflation, national income, agriculture, industry, infrastructure, government schemes, etc. Poverty, etc. See here, you know this, you are having the study material, you have seen the previous year questions, getting good marks in economy is not that difficult. Similarly in history also, ancient history is there, medieval history is there, modern history is there. We have made things simple, we have made module wise, every module have previous year question, you get to know the question paper pattern, you are able to solve this question, then you will start enjoying that subject. Similarly for every subject. Who can stop you? So the problem is time. So instead of, see what actually the purpose of library is, then library is for those students who don't have any proper study material. If you are getting a comprehensive, systematic, relevant study material in front of you, what you can do? Read that study material 2 or 3 times. Okay, and updation is required for the study material. Updation is required for your study material. How will you update your study material? Normally people say that read newspaper. Then you will say, till now I have not seen any newspaper. How can you say that to read newspaper? You are asking me to, a person like me who have not touched newspaper, to read newspaper. But I am saying that you have to read newspaper. Again we have simplified that work for you. You have to read newspaper, that's must. People only say to read newspaper. They don't say from the newspaper what all articles to be read, what is relevant for your civil service examination. Everything from the newspaper is not important for your civil service examination. For that what we have done is, we have a Telegram group. I think the administration or from the office, they have conveyed you. We have a Telegram channel. The importance of Telegram is that it's so private, nobody will see your number. You can't see others also, only we can see it, administrator only can see your number. So it's private, and it's also a cloud. What do you mean by cloud? You will not lose any articles. Even if you lost your phone also, you will get all the articles, because install that number, article can be retrieved. What is cloud and cloud computing? You will study under science and technology, under IT. Okay, now what we will do for you is that, we will read newspaper articles, we will underline it, we will mark it star and take a photo and post it in your respective group. What then we will tell you, read this article and please update the study material which we have taught you in the earlier class. So that headache is also gone. So newspaper you have to read which articles and which newspaper? The articles which we have read, marked it and posted to you. And along with that we will give you special current affair, compiled current affair will also be given to you. That's additional. But we want you to read newspaper. So you need to read all the articles. So actually, anyway, since you are a beginner, okay, we have a mains group. I think many of you might have joined it. If you have time, please read those articles in the mains group which we have posted for the this year student. It's good for you. It will help you in your mains. I'll tell you how it will help when we switch over to the mains examination pattern. Okay, so this is, see, that's why there are a lot of myths in relation to civil service preparation. One is, students have been misguided in a very, very bad manner. And you know, you people are lucky enough that at least you have some idea about, in this few hours, that what you have got, what is required, or how to start your preparation afresh when you are a beginner. Okay, so see the syllabus thoroughly. Now don't search for any previous year question. Will you get your previous year question? Yes, you will get your previous year question in every module in our study material. Okay, and regarding the newspaper articles, we will post you, we will update you, we will give you current affair also. Do it and do your smart preparation. Do your smart preparation. So read those things in a smart way. And if you require, there are students who want to, when they do their preparation, they note down important points, that upon to you. And most importantly, after your few classes are over, maybe after 2 months, we will start your prelims test series a bit earlier. We'll start your prelims test series. Every Sunday you will have a test. It's a long test series. It will continue till your May, that is, or near to your prelims. and I am very happy. And when, try to understand that we have students from 22 states in India. More than regular batch students. See, we don't market, we don't give advertisement in the newspaper. People ask me, sir, why I am not giving advertisement. Advertisement is our student. Okay, so what I am trying to say is that, so one of my student who is from Patiala, he is an assistant collector, he just 2 months back, he messaged me or just, that sir, I have seen the question paper of, prelims question paper of, I should not use their Vision IAS or Insight, but I am saying, he tell me, sir, I have gone through your question paper, somebody in Facebook shared your, we share our question paper in, we are a person who are there in online, we have shared their question paper in PDF format, and I am 100% sure you can also see it, our question paper, which I have shared it in your group also. We are providing the best test series in India now. See, every institute will claim that, okay, we are doing this and that. We are saying not because, see, normally every institute say that we are that, we are this, we never say it. Why I am saying it? It's because our students have reviewed our test series and given the feedback. Now, why I am telling you is that if you can excel well in our test series in prelims, you can judge where you stand. I am telling you now, we have to get this marks. So you are studying, you are updating, you are preparing well, and you need to know where you stand. I have seen students, even after thorough studying, in prelims, they are not able to perform well. For those students, we will teach you some techniques also, some strategy also in the class itself. There are a lot of methods to be followed to solve a prelims question. Already I have posted many of the tricks in our YouTube channel. So by doing so, getting prelims, if you follow these things, that is attending regularly classes, don't miss any classes. Okay, and regarding our classes, unlike any other institute, we don't dictate, we don't waste your time. I had seen many of the institute simply coming students attending 2 hour, 3 hour, and many of the time they are only, sir will take the textbook or material and they will dictate, students will write. What is the point here? It's waste of time. Rather, what we will do, instead of dictating, we will give you the printed material. Rather, in our classes, we will explain the concepts, we will solve the questions, our model questions and previous year questions, and we will discuss we will clarify your doubts. So if you follow this pattern, attaining the marks is not far. You can do it. You have time. Okay, so prelims examination, if somebody asks you, is it tough? No, not at all. Among these two stages, prelims and mains, personality test is quite easy. It's your personality only. I'll say prelims is quite easy. Now again, I have seen people have been misguided by saying that. There are funny thing. Now people comes to me and tell, sir, I have heard that prelims examination is very, very tough. Mains is comparatively easy. And they give a logic also. The logic, they say that, okay, 4 lakh students write prelims examination. I told you, anybody can write this examination. And they say that out of 4 lakh, only 15 to 20,000 only will be qualified. I am not exactly clear about how many students, but it's in that range, 15,000 range only they will be writing. From 4 lakh to this much, oh, it's very tough. You have to screen. I'm telling you now, instead of looking at that way, think about the mains examination. The people who are writing mains examination, all are serious aspirants. Yes or no? From then, people will be screened and taken from the above mains cutoff. You have to get, that means that is the toughest stage. You have to, you're competing the best candidates, among the best candidates. So I'm not going to that part also, but see, there have been lot of myths been spread, and student believes also because they are not aware of it. So don't get into these type of feedback. Use your logic, use your common sense, and try to understand and prepare accordingly. So don't worry about prelims. Now, if you qualify prelims, if you get more than 130 or 140 marks, are you sure that if you get this much of marks, you will write mains? Are you clear with it? Do you have doubt that after getting 130 marks also you will not qualify prelims? Do you have? Yes or no? No answer. No or yes? What happened? It's afternoon time. You didn't have lunch. You are not energetic. Okay, anyway, leave. Come back. See, after clearing prelims means after getting this marks, I told you the final rank list is taken care by the marks what you score in mains as well as in your interview as well as in your personality test. So mains and personality test marks is very important. Now we'll see it, okay. I told you if you qualify prelims only you can write mains. Now what is there in your mains? What all subjects are there in your mains? How much marks is required to qualify mains or to get an interview call, or how much marks is required for your name to be there in the rank list to become an IAS officer or IPS officer or whichever service you want? How much marks is required? Instead of asking will I clear mains, try to understand how much mark is required and prepare now itself. And again I just want to tell you, okay, don't do this mistake of preparing prelims first and then preparing mains. It's a wrong strategy because mains is too vast. Start mains preparation also. Start mains preparation and see that I'll tell you, I'll just be very clear, okay. Since mains syllabus is quite vast, we have to start your mains preparation in the beginning itself. So if you prepare mains GS thoroughly, what will happen for your prelims? Prelims will be automatically taken care of. Okay, now come back. Regarding, now we are going to mains. Are you clear with prelims? There are 100 questions and 80 questions. Now see the mains syllabus. What is there in your mains? The pattern of mains examination. There is an essay paper is there. Essay paper, 250 marks. There is an essay paper in your mains. Then there is general studies 1, 250 marks. General studies 2, 250 marks. General studies 3, 250 marks. General studies 4, 250 marks. So total now 1250. Okay. Then you have an optional paper. Optional paper 1 and optional paper 2. Each carry 250 marks. So total 1750. Now there are 2 qualifying paper also. Here also in mains also there are 2 qualifying paper. One is an English paper. There are 2 qualifying paper. Qualifying means the marks will not be counted, but you need to attain minimum marks. An English paper will be there. Again it will be out of 250, but you have to qualify minimum marks what UPSC have said. That is 30%, okay. English and any your regional language. So it can be Malayalam, Hindi, any subject, your regional language. Both are qualifying, so I am not going into detail. Everybody will qualify this paper, English paper and your regional language paper. For Malayali it will be Malayalam paper will be there. Okay, now regarding this 7 paper, this is you are all aiming for, because this marks, the mains marks determines your service, your rank, whether you will be there in your rank list or not. Mains is very, very, very important. Okay, now try to understand that these 5 paper, everyone have to write. Everyone have to write this 5 paper. Essay, General Studies 1, General Studies 2, General Studies 3 and General Studies 4. Regarding the optional paper, as the term suggests, it's optional. There are list of subjects. You can choose you have an option to choose one optional paper. See, there is only one option, and every optional paper will be having every optional subject will be having two paper 1 and paper 2. So I am not going into detail regarding that. We'll discuss regarding choosing your optional subject in some other session, but try to understand that optional paper is also there that you can choose from the, like there are subjects like public administration, geography, political science, psychology, etc. is there, which all subject you, and people from Kerala generally take Malayalam literature as their optional, and it's upon to you which optional you need to choose. We'll discuss in some other session regarding what optional you to choose. Now regarding this, so be very clear that the total marks in your mains, total marks in your mains is out of 1750. Every paper have equal marks, that is 250 marks. 7 paper marks will decide the total marks of mains. Now regarding the 4 GS paper syllabus is there in front of you. GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 syllabus is there in front of you. Now if you see the syllabus for the mains examination, that is there in your page 1. I've seen that syllabus for the mains examination. Have you seen paper 2 and then they have written general studies 1? Why they have written paper 2 then general studies 1? What is paper 1? Paper 1 is essay. Paper 1 is essay paper. Now be very clear, okay. Now when I read the main syllabus, we need to relate it to the prelim syllabus also. There are some subjects which are common to prelims and mains. Those subjects we have to be very strong enough. Okay, we will categorize subjects into prelims come main subject and mains only subject. What is that? There are some subjects which is there for your prelims as well as mains. There are some subjects which is there only for your mains. So we will identify it from your main syllabus. We will identify from the main syllabus. Okay. Now in general studies 1 syllabus, the general studies 1 they had given a title. Okay, it says that Indian heritage and culture, history and geography of the world and society. Now how many modules are there in GS? See, you need to be very thorough. See, this is regarding our newspaper channel or regarding our Telegram channel. Okay, we have a Telegram channel for prelims. We have a Telegram channel for mains related article. We have an exclusive Telegram channel for economy. Now when I post an article in this channel, the first question you need to tell, this is which paper? I will see when I post an article, I'll write this also. GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. Then you have to understand that these are mains topic. Now from GS1 you have to identify which is that which topic that article relates to. In some time I will write PT, that is prelims test from your preliminary article. So some article will be for, I will write PT come GS1 or GS2. It shows that this article is important for your prelims and mains. So when you read a newspaper article also, first question you have to ask is which paper it belongs to, which subject it belongs to. So don't read anything without knowing which part of your syllabus this article belongs to, is relating to. Okay, so what I suggest is, if you are serious with your preparation, you need to be thorough with your syllabus. Even tomorrow I will call you, if you are sleeping also, if somebody wake you up, you have to tell GS1, these are the topics to study, these are the modules and these are the topics. In GS2 this, in GS3 this, in GS4. Because if you are thorough with your syllabus, when you read articles from newspaper, when you read articles from important magazines like Yojan and Kurukshetra, you can relate it, and when you read books like important books like India Yearbook or Economics Survey, you can relate it to your syllabus. So don't read anything without relating it to your syllabus, so that you have to identify if it is your syllabus, and if already we have provided you the study material, and you know that whether if that point is not there, the articles which we have posted is not there in your material, read it and update in our material, so that when before you going for mains, you can add those points in your mains answers. So this systematic preparation is required, we are expecting from you. Okay, so be thorough with the syllabus. Now regarding the syllabus, in general studies 1, so I am just categorizing it, okay, be very clear, what is this? Prelims come mains, and this is mains. Now, see, you yourself, I will also read, you also read it, okay. What is there? In GS1, there are 12 modules. How many modules are there? 12 modules. Now, see, we have an idea about the pattern of the questions. Okay, you will be getting the questions once the class starts, okay. But I am just telling you, in mains, in GS1, in the present pattern, in GS1, in GS2, and in GS3. GS1, GS2 and GS3, there are 20 questions. How many questions are there in GS1, 2 and 3? 20 questions. Each question carry, it is of 250 marks. Then tell me, each question carry how many marks? Maths? 20 questions, 250 marks. One question carry 12.5 marks. So there are 20 questions, each question carry 12.5 marks, that's how total 250. Correct? So be very, so in GS1 and GS2 and GS3, presently in the present pattern, there are 20 questions, each question carry 12.5 marks, and it is, so in GS1 there are 20 questions, in GS2 there are 20 questions, and GS3 there are 20 questions. Now regarding this comparison, okay, out of 12 modules, we'll see that the first 3 modules, that is, or the first 3, read it, okay, first one, that is Indian culture, will cover the salient aspect of art forms, literature and architecture from ancient to modern times. So it's coming under history, you'll be studying art and culture, and they are stressing in the syllabus, what is that? Art form, literature and architecture. You will get a question from art and culture from your mains. Now my question is, you know that art and culture is there in your mains. Try to understand that UPSC asks questions regularly from art and culture in prelims also. So art and culture is a subject which is important for your prelims and mains point of view. Then second one, modern Indian history, from about the middle of the 18th century until the present. They are talking about, in the modern Indian history, significant events, personalities and issues. So it's coming under modern history. Then the freedom struggle, its various stages and important contributions from different parts of the world. So this 1, 2 and 3, I am making it like this, Indian history and culture. We can write it as Indian history and culture. So Indian history and culture is a subject which is important for your prelims and mains also. So when you study history, when you study culture, how will you prepare? You prepare both from the mains point of view as well as prelims point of view. See, if you prepare from mains point of view, the content will be covered. Then regarding the prelims, what you need to do is, you have to see the prelims questions and mains questions. Content is almost the same. The teacher will cover it and will discuss in detail regarding that. Okay. Now, the fourth one, what is that? Post-independence. Post-independence is a mains topic. Post-independence means, so it will be covered. Just say that post-independence, consolidation and reorganization within the country. Post-independence is not there for your prelims, it is only for your mains. Then history of the world. In short, we can say world history. World history is also there in your. Then that is fifth is world history. 6, 7, 8 and 9. We can call it as Indian society. What is that? Indian society. 6, 7, 8, 9 Indian society. See, if you see the last page of your box, there are few questions being asked from Indian society. Few questions being asked from Indian society. But I am putting Indian society under mains only. It's not that important for your prelims. I am putting under mains. Indian society. So, topic like salient features of Indian society, diversity of India, then role of women and women's organization, population, poverty, urbanization, effects of globalization on Indian society, social empowerment, communalism, regionalism and secularism, all are we will study under Indian society. It's a mains topic. It's a mains topic. Now 10, 11 and 12 we generally will put under geography, Indian geography and world geography. It is there in your prelim syllabus? Yes. So geography is very important. Why? It is there in your prelims as well as mains. So geography is another very important subject. So is GS1 covered? This you have to study under. So these 5 subjects you have to study under from GS1, and in that these 2 are very, very important. That is Indian history and culture. Geography is very important compared to other. Why? It is there in your prelims as well as mains. Now you take your GS2 paper. Topic 1, Indian Constitution. Talking about Indian Constitution, its evolution, features, etc. Then it talks about union and states, functions and responsibilities of the union and the states, issues and challenges pertaining to the federal structure, devolution of power and finances up to local levels and challenges therein. Then separation of powers, dispute redressal mechanism, comparison of Indian Constitution with that of other constitution, Parliament and state legislature, executive and judiciary, pressure groups, etc. Salient features of the Representation of People Act. Basically, we will study under electoral reforms under it. Then appointment to various constitutional posts, constitutional bodies, etc. Then statutory, regulatory and various quasi-judicial bodies. 1 to 9 come under Indian polity. So even though polity is, from prelims point of view, there are few questions in the last year, but Indian polity is very important for your mains. So Indian polity is there for your prelims. You have to study Indian polity both from your prelims and mains point of view. So Indian polity will come under then 10th, topic 10, government policies and interventions for development in various sectors and issues arising out of their design and implementation. So basically the government policies for development. Then development process and the development industry, the role of NGOs. See the topics like NGOs, self-help groups, SHGs, self-help groups, various groups and association, donors, charities, institutions and other stakeholders related. So NGOs, self-help groups are there in your syllabus. If you come across any articles, we will give you study material. Be very thorough with it. Okay, this is there in your syllabus. Any issues related with NGO, any issues related with self-help groups, if it comes in the newspaper, we will post in the mains group and I will write it as GS2. Try to understand that it comes under this topic. Then welfare schemes for vulnerable sections. All the government schemes which are providing for the vulnerable sections, like so many schemes the government have come up, all are important. Why? It is there in your syllabus. Then issues relating to development and management of social sector, services relating to health. Health is there in your syllabus. Education is there in your syllabus. Any education related is important. And human resources. So then 14th topic, issues related to poverty and hunger. So from topic from 10 to 14, I will put it as social justice. These topics are important for your mains. Then 15 and 16, important aspects of governance, transparency and accountability, e-governance, etc. Then role of civil services in a democracy. 15 and 16, we can put under governance. 15 and 16, we can put under governance topic. It's again mains topic. Then from 17, 18, 19 and 20. 17 is India and its neighborhood relation. Then bilateral, regional and global groupings and agreements involving India or affecting India's interest. Effects of policy and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interest, Indian diaspora. Then important international institutions, agencies and fora, their structure, mandate. We can put this 17, 18, 19, 20 under international relations. International relation is there for your prelims? Yes, we have seen that. So we will put international relations under prelims from mains category. GS2. So these constitute Indian polity, social justice, governance and international relations constitute your GS2 mains paper. Then take GS3. In GS3, there are 20 modules are there, 20 topics are there. It's saying that Indian economy and issues related to planning, growth, employment, etc. Then inclusive growth, budgeting, major crops, farm subsidy, PDS, food processing, land reforms, effects of liberalization on the economy, infrastructure, investment model. 1 to 10 topics. 1 to 10 come under Indian economy. This is from your Indian economy mains point of view. These 10 topics you have to study thoroughly from your mains topics. Same thing you have to study for your prelims also. So Indian economy is very important for your Indian economy is very important for your prelims and it constitutes half of the GS3 syllabus. Then 11, 12, 13 we already discussed. What is that? Science and technology. Science and technology is it mains or prelims come mains? It is prelims comes mains. Then topics like environmental pollution and conservation, environmental pollution and degradation, environment. So environment is there here, but it's only from environment. There is only one module, but environment is there in your prelims also. So environment. Then the next topic, disasters and disaster management. See, disasters and disaster management is having a relation to your GS1 geography, where important disasters like tsunami, cyclone, earthquake, everything will be studying there. Okay, so there is a relation between GS1 and this topic of GS3, disasters and disaster management. So, but anyway, disaster management as a topic comes under mains. Every year you will get a question from disaster management. Then topics like 17, 18, 19, 20. If you read the topics, can you see something common? It's talk about the security of our country, security, India's security, both internal security and external security. Role of external state and non-state actors in relation to internal security. Then even cyber security is there in your syllabus, cyber security. Then the challenges posed by media and social networking sites, communication network, etc. Then challenges in your border management, border related problems, organized crime with terrorism, then various security forces and agencies and their mandate. So this constitutes GS3. So be very thorough with it, okay? So GS1, GS2, GS3. Have an idea that if you study GS1, GS2, GS3 thoroughly, all the prelims topics will be covered. Yes or no? Check it. Now check the last page. See what is missing there? Don't waste your time in general science. Why? It's not there in mains also. See, we are studying other subject because it is there in mains also. Then what is Indian society and social justice? Anyway, we will be studying under. So what you can say from seeing the GS1, 2 and 3 syllabus? If you study mains thoroughly, prelims will become easy for you. Can you? Now, regarding GS4 syllabus you take, it's an exclusive mains topic. GS4 is not there for your prelims. It's an exclusive mains paper. Only questions you have to prepare for GS4. And very interesting, this is a very interesting paper. Read the first para of GS4, page number 3. This paper will include question to test the candidate's attitude and approach to issues relating to your integrity, probity in public life, and his problem solving approach to various issues and conflicts faced by him in dealing with society. So basically this paper is about checking your personality. So not only in interview they check your personality, this paper also checks your personality. Now try to understand in relation to this paper, the question paper pattern is different. GS 1, 2, 3 have a common pattern. What is that? 20 questions, each question carry 12.5 marks. But in GS4, we call it as ethics paper. The question paper pattern is a bit different. We'll discuss in detail in your class. But just have an idea. There are 2 sections for GS4. There are 2 sections in your GS4 paper. Now you see the syllabus. The following broad areas will be covered:
ethics and human interface. See that ethics and human interface. Attitude, aptitude and foundational values for civil service. Emotional intelligence, contribution of moral thinkers, public or civil service values and ethics in public administration, probity in governance. This 1 to 7 topics. From there, these questions will come. Section A questions will come. 7 questions. The 7 section from this 7 topic question. Normally it is a 10 mark question. And see the 8th topic, case studies on above issues. I have seen that case studies. Case studies is having equal importance. Half of the marks of GS4 is from case studies. Half of the marks of GS4 is coming from case studies. There will be 6 case studies regarding ethics. We will discuss in detail in GS4. Don't worry about it. Okay. But just have an idea about this paper. It has 2 sections. Both sections have equal weightage. And the section B is case studies. What is case studies? They will put you in a situation. And will ask you what will you do in that situation. For example, you are a district collector. Some issue has happened. What will you do? Like that case study. So it's very interesting. There are certain rules to follow it. I'll be discussing it. Don't worry. But just have an idea. GS4, it's an exclusive mains paper. It has 2 sections. Section A from the 7 topics. Section A questions will come. And section B, case studies questions will be there. We'll deal separately. Now regarding this paper, essay paper. If you are thorough with all the 4 GS4 syllabus, then you don't need to read anything extra for essay. GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 syllabus is sufficient for your essay. What is required for your essays? You need to know how to write a good essay. So we will have session for it. Okay. So be clear that there are 7 papers for your mains. 1 essay paper, 4 GS paper and 2 papers from your optional. Total marks is 1750. And if you get a minimum cutoff mark, UPSC will call you for interview or personality test to Delhi. Personality test is only there in Delhi. Again the question is, how much mark is required to get an interview call or personality? Now you see the cutoff mark of last 2 years. Just be clear that for general category, if you get this mark, you will only get an interview call. What you will get? If you get this, means a very low mark. See, there is a slight jump to the cutoff mark. 100 mark increase is there compared to 15 and 16. From 676 it is now 787. So if you get this mark, 787 mark, what you will get? You will get a interview call if you are a general category. If you are OBC, the cutoff will be low. I am not going for that cutoff. And so just have an idea, if you want to get an interview call, this mark is required. But your strategy has to be score much better than your cutoff, around 150 more than the cutoff. The strategy, what you need to follow is get 150 marks more than the cutoff, what UPSC cutoff. So if it is 787, at least you should get, see, I am telling you, to get a mark which will fetch you or which will ensure your name will be there in the rank list and you will be there in the top 200 rank. If you are there in the top 200 rank, you will get, if you are your favorite service. If you want IAS and you are general category, then you need to improve your rank. Maybe you have to come under top 100. But IAS, IPS, IFS will come if you are getting top 200 rank, and if you have reservation, that's a better thing. But what I'm trying to say is that if your name to be there in the top 200 rank, what you need to do? Get 100 plus marks or 100 plus marks in your mains above the cutoff. So what is the UPSC cutoff now for mains? So if suppose 787 is the cutoff, try to get somewhere near to 900 for your mains. Out of 900 out of 1750. So it is coming around just a bit ahead. At least in mains, score 50%. Score 50% in your mains. Score 50% in your mains, then you will get your dream service. If you are scoring 50% in your mains, you will get your dream service. And if you work hard from now onwards, you can score beyond that and aim to become a topper. Always dream, don't think that, I just want my name to be in the rank list. No. Your aim should be that your name should be in the top 10, or rather there is nothing wrong if you dream your name to be in the top, the first rank or second rank or third rank. Anybody can do it, provided you commit yourself. That's very important. Don't set your target at a low rate, set your target at a high rate and then work for it. With you, this should be your only goal, to qualify this exam with this mark. That's it. Okay, then so your mains mark is out of 1750. Interview or personality test, I'm calling it as UPSC call it as personality test. The total mark is out 275. Personality test is out of 275. So total marks is the total mark is 2025. So personality test mark, interview marks is very less compared to your mains marks. Mains is 1750, interview is 275. Okay, and if your name to be there in the rank list, again UPSC have come with a cutoff out of 2075. It says that if your name to be there in the rank list in 2015, it was if you have 877 in that time, but we need to know the latest batch. Latest it is if you get 988 marks in that range, your name will be there in the rank list. But if you are having 100 plus more mark, you will be there in the top 200 rank. I'll make a comparison. Okay, 200 rank, this year's 200 rank got this year 200 rank. The person who got 200th rank got 1022 out of this year 200th rank student got 1022 out of, so it is less than, it's not even 50% totally. And the first rank holder got 1120 out of 2075. See the difference between 200 rank and in between. See, that's what I am telling you. Okay, if you get 100 plus marks, above the cutoff of UPSC mains rank list or mains cutoff list, surely. Now, what I am trying to say is, from now onwards, if you are a serious civil service aspirant, your aim is not to think about whether I will qualify or not. Your aim is two goals are there. One is in this 1 year of preparation, my sincere preparation, I need to get 130 plus marks in preliminary examination and 1000 above marks in your final, or we can make it mains point of view, 900 marks in your, we are making it simple, okay, somewhere around you need to get 850 to 900 marks, or beyond that, make it 900, there's nothing wrong in it. 900 marks out of 1750 in mains and 130 plus marks in your prelims. If you can achieve this, nobody can stop you. Your name will be there in the rank list. See, it's very easy to say 130, 900. Anybody can say. But without your commitment, without your sincere effort, you can't do it. See here, you can do it. I'm telling you now. Don't look into your what other people say about you. People will say like, you are a dumb student till now. How we are going to write civil service examination? You have a very poor record in your school. You have a very poor record in your college days. Now you are prepared. They will laugh at you. Don't reply. Rather, I will say to those students now, so those students who have not scored well in school and college days, I will say to those students with just as a joke, say, yeah, your brain have not been used. Your brain is fresh. Now give that fresh brain to this examination, you will qualify this examination. See, it's not that you are, see, we have not studied it. It's why you performed poorly in school and college days. There was no reason to study. But now there is a reason to study. My brain is fresh, not utilized. Now I am going to give this entirely for this examination. I know how to do it. There are people to guide you. There are people to assist you. What I need to do is a sincere effort, a sincere commitment, saying yourself, now onwards, I am going to say tata bye-bye to all my non-serious friends, non-serious relatives. I am going to become a sannyasi for the till next October, because if I am not doing this, I can't spend my time properly. I have lot of things to study, which I can do it. If you can say this to yourself and if you can achieve it, this is very important. Till your next mains, don't give your time to anyone. Don't give your time to anyone other than for your studies. And with our guidance and with our study material and with our test series, surely with your sincere, consistent effort, you can attain this goal. Whoever, whatever says about you, don't listen to it. Give them reply by ensuring that your name is there in the next coming, when the result is out, when your name come there, is published in the UPSC rank list, then give your reply. Till that point of time, silence. Silence is always good. But believe in yourself. This is the most important key for your success. Believe in yourself. You believe that you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody can help you. Even I can't help you. If you believe in yourself, if you are ready to give your time for this examination sincerely, with our guidance, I am telling you, you can do it. This is what UPSC is all about. This is how you have to do it. Okay. So all the best. Do well. Start your preparation. Those who are not having Telegram, please install it, because all the information related the institute will be conveyed to you. Okay. So that's about this orientation is all about. Hope in this 2 hours you have a brief idea about this examination and what you have to do for the coming year or for your coming prelims and mains.